Hello, loves, and welcome to Life.ing, a podcast by Bethany Heals. Me. I have been requested for many years that I need to record my voice. Apparently, there's something about it. And so I know this is long overdue, but here we are. And I'm so excited to share my intuitive insights, my guidance, and anything else that you request of me. And I want to start this first episode by talking with you about where I am presently. Not about the past or everything that I've been through. We can save that story for another time. But I think there's something about sharing where I am right now. So, for those of you that don't know, I recently made a huge change in my life. I had been living in Southern California for honestly the majority of my life. And I had settled down in San Diego. I have a loving partner that I've been with for over 4 years. I had a community and friends and honestly a very settled life. But there was something pulling me. And this isn't a new pull. It's actually something that's been a calling for me for many, many years. You see, I fell in love with Seattle. Yes, I know, Seattle, Washington. Ever since my first visit here, I just fell in love. And I've been here so many times. And every time that I was sitting on that plane and looking out the window and flying over Mount Rainier, I felt like I was leaving home. I would get emotional. Sometimes I would cry flying away from Washington. And I always knew that there was something for me here. So 4 months ago, I decided to take the leap. And it was not an easy decision. I was leaving everything that I've known and moving somewhere that I didn't really know anyone. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing there, but I knew that I had to be there. So I packed up my things, and my mom flew out, and my partner and my mom drove me up to Washington. And let me tell you, I actually wasn't scared or nervous or terrified. If anything, I was really excited. Yes, I was sad that I was leaving my partner and my friends and my community and my home that I loved, but I knew that this was what was right for me. I can't explain it. There really is no rhyme or reason except that I am trusting my intuition. My intuition has led me through so many beautiful experiences, and I don't question it anymore. So much so that I've made it my career. Not only to build upon my own connection with my intuition, but to lead and to guide and to teach others how to follow their own. So I'm here. And I wake up every single day thinking, I cannot believe this is my home. I can't believe that I live here. And I go to bed watching the sunset behind the Olympics from my living room window. And I just know this was the right decision for me. And as I start to get settled into this space, as I navigate a long distance relationship with my partner, as I navigate being in a new city and pushing myself to get out there, to meet people, which as a Cancer sun, nesting and hermiting is my baseline, and challenging myself to meet others and to build a community out here has been actually a really liberating feeling. And just to share a little tidbit, because if you know, you will find out very soon, I also am a deep lover of astrology. Believe it or don't, it's happening and it affects you. But I moved along my Jupiter line. And this is based off of astrocartography. Astrocartography is basically placing your natal chart, your birth chart, the time that you were born, location that you're born. You have this beautiful birth chart of all these stars and comets and planets that were perfectly aligned at the time that your beautiful baby face met this earth. There was an alignment that happened, and those energies, they move through you, they flow through you every single day. So I digress. Your natal chart, if you place it over a world map, there are these lines that form that show these concentrated energies of different locations. There's your Jupiter line that is luck and expansion and optimism. There's your Mercury line, which is great for writing, for journalism, for communication, for connection. There's your Sun line, where you visit locations along your Sun line, and that energy, that concentrated energy, is connected to your identity. It's where you shine the brightest. You also have your Mars line, and that's tied to a little bit of an aggressive energy. There are some very challenging lines that you can move along. And I moved to my Jupiter line. And just to show you how exact I moved to this Jupiter line, I am directly on top of it. And a perfect example is the home that I'm in now. I searched and searched and searched for the perfect place because I wasn't about to uproot my life unless I knew I had a place to call my own that felt like 100% me. And I searched for about a year, maybe a little bit longer. And when I finally decided to make the move, I flew up here one weekend and I made appointments to see all of these different places, and nothing was just hitting it right. I was like, it's a no for me. It was to the point where I wanted to be here so bad, I was going to settle in a very questionable neighborhood where the landlord told me that my car would be protected because the person that owned the parking lot next to the apartment was paying the beautiful beings that did not have a home to protect it. And I was like, this kind of feels a little shady. But I was going to take it because I wanted to be here. And I was about to give up. My partner was with me. And I was like, look, we're either going to find a box of an apartment, a new build that's cold and sterile, but at least I guess it'll have new appliances and whatnot. Or we find the one, an old build in a beautiful neighborhood that has beautiful windows and is full of life and history. Okay, I was pulling pretty far for that one. I was like, okay, we'll just see what happens. And at the very last moment, this landlord emailed me back and said, I'm free today. Can you meet in an hour? I said, I'm already here. Absolutely. I walk into this place and I immediately was like, I'll take it. And she's like, do you want to see the rest of the place? And I was like, okay, yes, sorry. So she's giving me a tour. There's a beautiful fireplace. There's wood flooring. There's windows wall to wall. The bedroom is stunning. There's glass French doors. She takes me to the bathroom. There's a clawfoot bathtub. The kitchen is just remodeled. Brand new windows everywhere. And I said, yes, I will take it. So we leave. I'm thinking, how the heck am I going to do this? I don't know. Financially, I might be living on peanut butter and jelly for a while, but this is it. I know this is for me. And if I don't send that application, this will be gone in a moment. So I submitted the application and I got the place. This home is directly on my Jupiter line. Talk about luck. Another perfect example of our Jupiter line. I have been looking for a place to move my body. I've visited a few studios, and I finally found the one, the gem of all gems. And I fell in love. It was the exact type of workouts that I love. I love to do hot mat Pilates. Yes, sometimes I'm dying on the floor and I'll just lay on my mat, but you know what? Listen to your body. That's what works for me. And they had that there, which is, there's only a couple studios that offer that here. And so I find this studio and I'm trying to figure out how I can budget this into my already maxed out budget with this beautiful home that I just got. And I'm like, I don't think it's possible. So I'm taking a class. I signed up for their 2-week intro. And on my last class, I was talking to this woman who happened to walk in. We hit it off, had a great conversation, and I ended up leaving. I take that back. That was my second to last class, because then I came to my last class. And as I was leaving that class, the front desk girl was like, "Oh my gosh, Bethany, you're Bethany." And I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Erin loved you." Turns out the woman that I was speaking to was the owner of the studio. And she tells me, "Erin would love to offer you a position here at the front desk. You only have to come in a couple hours a week and you'll get a free membership." I was like, "Excuse me?" It's a yes for me. That is your Jupiter line in action. You find all of these aligned moments that just fall into your lap. I can't explain it. Long story short, I interviewed, we had a beautiful conversation, and I got the position. So now I have a monthly membership at this stunning studio. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. If you're ever in Seattle, shout out to Move, Moov, Move Seattle. They also have a Legree studio, but the studio I'll be at, I just love it so much. And so I just want to share with where I'm at in present time that no matter what you're going through, if you're feeling stuck or stagnant or lost or in between, and you're feeling this intuitive nudge to do something that doesn't make sense, if you're ignoring that intuitive pull that's trying to guide you to where you're meant to go, trust it. You're being led that way for a reason. And it doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't need to make sense to anyone but you. And I think that's the magic of our intuition. It's this deep knowing. It's this subtle ancient wisdom that we can't always explain, but that feels like home. And my intention as we go on this new journey with Life Be Lifing is that my experiences, my insight, and my guidance can bring you just a little bit closer to that connection to yourself, where we can learn together and experience a life worth living. Where even when life do be life, and sometimes you can know that you're truly supported always. So welcome again. I can't wait to go on this new adventure with you. And I will see you in our next episode, which will be the devotion, my monthly intuitive guidance for your month ahead, where I tune into the collective energies, what to expect. I share intuitive advice and guidance and all of the new beautiful offerings that I have coming up. So until next time, loves.